Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought it'd be fun to try a high-end, low-end video. So high-end makeup on one side, low-end on the other, drugstore makeup, and see how they compare, if I could do a similar look. And that is what I did today. So I'm gonna kind of come in closer, a little bit closer, so you guys can see, kind of try to hide any shadows and just take a look at both sides and kind of give your guess as to which side is high end and which is low end, and then continue watching the video and see if you were right. It was actually really fun to try out these products side by side and see how they work. Just seeing how close the look is in person just makes me want to shop drugstore products more, but maybe you have a different opinion, so give your best guess and then continue watching and see which is high and which is the low end. Right, let's get into it. I have never done a high-end, low-end video before, and I thought it'd be fun. It's March break, the kids are off right now, and it's just kind of a chill week. We're just hanging out. We have some hockey tournaments on the go, but other than that, we're just chilling. And I thought, I was looking through my makeup and I was like, let's just do a fun video and try this out. Tried to pick out some high-end things. I have a lot more drugstore stuff, so I just picked from what I had, and let's see if we can do a comparison and see if there's a big difference between either side. So I'm going to start off with foundation, and I'm going to start off with the high-end side, and I'm going to go in with the Dior Forever Skin Glow. I have this in the shade 2N. My skin's on the lighter side right now. I don't really have any self-tanner on or anything like that, and it is just getting into the end of winter, so be at my lightest. So we'll do this on the, this is my left side in person, but I guess, would it be opposite, right, on the camera? I don't know. Right, so we'll go in with that. Just gonna use my Real Techniques. This is the Expert Face Brush. So I'm gonna try to use different brushes for either side. And I don't know about you guys, but as a content creator, if you are a content creator, let me know what you think. I feel like whenever I sit down to film, it's like that's when everyone needs me, or that's when I get a phone call and then another phone call and then texts, and then it's just like I just want to sit down, I just want to film and have no distractions, but it's like there's always something. I don't know. Let me know if you find that too, or like just when you just want to have like quiet time to yourself, it's like it just don't happen. That blended out really nicely actually with this Real Techniques brush. I never really use it for foundation. I usually use my the BK Beauty 101, but this is actually really nice. So that is the Forever Skin Glow, and let's go in on the other side. I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. This is the dewy one. This might be a little bit darker than that side, so hopefully we won't have too much of a difference in the shade range. And I tried to pick out eyeshadows. I used a couple little palettes to try and match up with the Natasha Denona Glam palette. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of a color difference here. A little bit more warmth on the drugstore side. But as for finish, I am liking so far the dewy finish from the Wet n Wild better. Woo, that was a lot. So I just feel like I'm getting a little bit more of a hydrated look on the Wet n Wild side, less coverage, but I think I'm enjoying the way that looks better, and it might just be the shade that it's got a little bit more pigment to it. Actually, even over my texture, I feel like the Forever Skin Glow is settling in and looks a little bit more crepey than the Wet n Wild side. For concealer, I'm going to go in with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Creme Brulee. Again, this might be a little bit lighter than the other one that I'm going to be using, and I'm just going to use my finger for this just so I'm not really kind of mixing up the brushes too much. And on the Drugstore side, I'm going to go in with the Incognito concealer. This is a nice creamy concealer as well. All day full coverage, it says. And we're getting a little bit of the color difference as well. So on my eyes for the concealer, I'm not seeing a huge difference. If anything, I might see a little bit more texture on the NARS side. For my contour, I'm going to go in with the Milk Makeup Matte Bronzer in the shade Blaze, and I'm just going to use a rounded dome brush to apply that to the face. We're supposed to get like a huge snowstorm in the next couple days, and I'm just hoping that they are wrong and that it passes, because we've actually lost a lot of snow and I just want it to be spring. Like, I'm done. I'm ready for winter to be over. I feel like I get, what's the word? Claustrophobic from the snow when we've had it for so long, because it's like, there's only certain spots you can walk, only certain spots you can just go. Like, everything is just covered, and I don't know. It doesn't feel freeing. I'm ready for the snow to be gone. I'm ready to not wear big jackets outside. Just put on a sweater and runners and go. So hopefully we don't get the huge amount of snow we're supposed to. For the Drugstore side, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Electric Mood palette, and this has a cream bronzer in it. This is a little bit darker because I do have the other bronzer from e.l.f., the putty bronzer, but that one's a little lighter, so I wanted to go with something a little darker like the Milk Makeup one. So I'm going to go in with another dome sort of brush. This is from Real Techniques. I'll just dip that right into the pan and then blend that out. So this one is a little bit more warm on the skin. The Milk Makeup, I find, has cooler undertones, which is good for contour. This one by e.l.f. is pretty creamy and is blending out really nice. All right, I put a little bit more of the Milk Makeup bronzer on just to add a little bit more color. The e.l.f. kind of blended out nicer than the Milk makeup. So we'll see. All right, let's get into the eyeshadow look. So I'm going to use the Natasha Denona Glam palette. And like I said, I kind of picked through a few palettes to try and make this palette. So I'm going to do a really just simple look just so that I don't have to get too intricate with this. So I'm going to go in with that taupey blend color first and blend that up on the crease, brow bone area above the crease, and then into the crease a little bit as well. Just gonna kind of carve out the outer corner. I'm not gonna go too far in with that in the inner corner, but up underneath the brow. Now I'm going to take Smoke, which is a little bit of a darker brown color. It's still matte as well, and just a fluffy brush, and I'm going to place that on the outer corner of the eye and then into the crease. I'm just kind of making like a V shape. Can bring that into the crease a bit. On the outer corner, it's fine. Kind of blends nicely through with this taupe color. Now I'm just going to take a flat brush and sort of this gold shimmery color, it says center eye, and I'm just going to put that all over the lid. All over the lid and even on top of the dark color. Then I'm going to go with the fluffy brush and the shade, the blend shade. Just kind of go over it all again. Just underneath the eye a little bit on the outer corner. All right, for my other eye, I have my little e.l.f. quad palette. This is in the shade or the name Truffles. And I'll just start out with a fluffy brush as well and this taupe color that is kind of the similar tone from the Natasha Denona palette. Actually very similar. I'm going to take this fluffy brush, this is from Prideful, and I'm going to go into the matte brown color beside it. And do the same sort of thing. Ooh, this actually is a very pigmented brown color. I didn't even really dip into that too much. And this is a fluffy brush, so usually with a fluffy brush you will be picking up less pigment. Okay, let me go in. Again, I'm just gonna add a little bit more of this brown shade on top here. I'm going in with my little Essence quad. No, this is not a quad, this is 6. My little Essence palette, and I'm gonna go into this gold shimmery color with a flat brush as well and just place that all over the lid. Maybe I'll go into this. This one's a little bit more gold, so I'm just gonna go on top just to add a little bit more gold because the color that I used from the Natasha Denona Glam palette was a little bit more gold. Okay, I'm gonna go back into Truffles and do the same sort of thing that I did with the Natasha Denona, just kind of blend that neutral color around. Gonna touch up the Natasha eye. Gonna go in again just with a little bit more of a dense brush, just to kind of pick up a little bit more of that warm tone. Interesting. All right, let's do bronzer. I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. I have this in the shade 2 medium and just kind of like a kabuki brush. This one's a little bit more on the dome shape. And we'll just pop that on the cheekbones. Go down the neck. All right, now I'm gonna go with the Drugstore side and go with Instant Summer. This is from Hard Candy, very pigmented, so I'm gonna go with a fluffier brush with this one. The Charlotte Tilbury is not as pigmented, so I like to use a brush that's a little bit more dense to pick up pigment. And I'll probably go in again with it just to get a little bit more pigment on the skin. All right, so I curled my lashes. Now I'm gonna go in with the Milk Makeup Mascara. I don't have any, actually I do have the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner that I could use. Never mind, I was gonna say I don't have any high-end lip liner, but I do. All right, for the other side, I'm gonna go in with the Essence Lash Princess. I've been using the telescopic. I do enjoy it, but it'll separate my eyelashes like a little bit different than the Milk makeup one, so I wanna use something similar. They go a little bit more separated than fluffy with the telescopic. All right, let's do Pillow Talk. On one side, I did use my, whatchamacallit, Annabelle, this one, all over, just so I get an even kind of look. I do not like lip liner without it, so feels very, very creamy, very thick. Other side is Wet n Wild, Bare to Comment. I think the lip liner is probably the only thing right now that I'm like, yeah, that looks better. I like the Pillow Talk better for sure. All right, I wanted to take you guys into some natural lighting to get away from the ring light, because sometimes the ring light can hide things. I don't know, what do you guys think? I think these are looking pretty darn close, like really close. I do like the way the Drugstore side looks better, except for the lip liner, like not even lying. I don't know, that is a huge difference in cost on these products. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was really fun to make and create. I didn't think the results were gonna be this close, and it's interesting to see these products side by side, especially me applying them and how they feel on the skin as well and how they look in person. I'm very, very impressed with the drugstore side, very impressed with the foundation. It actually feels really nice and hydrating on the skin, and in person I can see like the difference in texture in the way the foundation is lying on my skin as well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys again soon.